Hello, good morning. How's everybody doing today? I hope everyone's feeling pretty good today. It's a nice chilly day here this morning. Sunny though, so that's always great. And then today's flow is actually about letting go. I don't know where my title came from. I typed in the wrong thing the other day. So not that it really matters, but just so you know, I think I put strength and grounding, which, that'll be part of it, but it's more about letting go. So let's go ahead and get started. Come back to the mats. Hopefully the volume's okay today. My headset I don't think was working last week, so we'll watch it back here. If it's not working again, then we'll have to do some replacements. But let's come to our bellies. We're going to start in crocodile pose for just a moment of grounding. So lower down onto your belly. Let your feet come slightly wider than your hips. And then I like to stack my palms on top of each other face down and let my forehead rest. Some people like to grab for elbows and rest their head on their forearms. So just find what works for you. And then toes can either point out towards the corners of your mat with heels in, or maybe try the other way with toes pointed in, heels out. And one's probably going to be a little more comfortable. So come to the version that works best for you. And take a few breaths. I'm going to sit up for this, just for centering. Just begin to let the space between your eyebrows release and relax. Begin to breathe into your belly and your back body, inhaling really deeply to start. Exhale, softly sigh it out of your mouth. Take 2 more rounds of breath like that, inhaling deeply through the nose. Really feeling the expansion of your ribs, your belly. Press into the mat. Exhale, release. And again, inhale deeply. This time noticing the back of your ribs expand on the inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. And then let your breath be natural. Just allowing yourself to notice how you're feeling this morning in your body. Notice where there might be some tight areas, sticky areas. Just observing, being present in this moment. And today's focus is really about being present in every moment of our lives and letting go of our attachments to the outcome. And in yoga, that's called the parigraha, or non-possessiveness, non-attachment, non-greed. The idea is, we do this a lot in our lives. We hold on to what we think the outcome should be, and we try to control things that maybe we can't control. Really all we can control in situations is our reaction or our response to how we deal with something. So I invite you in these next few moments, if there's something you've been holding on to that's causing you a lot of stress, inhale deeply through your nose. Draw this into your mind's eye, and as you exhale, sigh it out. Take another round of breath like that. And just see if maybe you can set something aside or let go of it. Trying to move on from it. And it's not always instant. Sometimes it takes a little while to process. This is maybe just beginning the process. One more deep inhale through the nose, really feeling your belly and ribs expand all the way around 360 degrees. Exhale, sigh it out. And then begin to draw your feet back towards hip width distance. Let your forehead come to the mat, arms come down beside you, palms face down. Walk your toes a little bit longer so you can feel your hip points on the mat. As we inhale, begin to lift head, neck, and shoulders. Lift toes. Draw shoulder blades together. Locust pose. Gaze can stay down, keeping the neck long. So really strengthening through the core, Engaging the core, strengthening your low back. Exhale, release. Let one cheek come to the mat. The second round, draw your forehead back to center. Stay with the version we just did, or interlace hands behind the low back. Begin to draw your shoulder blades together first. Now inhale, engage the core, press your pubic bone into the mat. Lift head, neck, and shoulders. Lift toes, maybe lift gaze slightly. And slightly away from the body, but really drawing the shoulder blades together. Exhale, release, placing your other cheek to the mat. And drawing forehead back to center. Take one more round, your version. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Lengthen your toes and the crown of your head away from each other. Pause for the exhale. Inhale, lift slightly higher. Exhale, release. Press your palms into the mat. Slowly press up to table. Knees behind wrists, palms firmly planted. Moving through a few rounds of cat-cow. So as you exhale, round through your spine, navel towards spine. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the gaze, broaden through the collarbones. Exhale, round, really pressing into the mat. Press your shoulder blades away from each other. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, round the spine. Cat. Coming back to neutral spine, keeping your knees right where they're at. Draw your hands out towards the corners of your mat. Begin to sink your heart towards the mat. Coming to puppy pose. Forehead gently rests on the mat. Really stretching through your whole underarm. If you're feeling really open, you can draw your chin to the mat, but I'm not there yet, so I'm going to stay right here. Hips stay high. Inhale, begin to lift your gaze, curl yourself back up. And let's make our way into our first down dog. Palms plant, toes tuck, hips go really high. I love to start my down dog every morning with bent knees. My first down dog, I really just work on lengthening my spine, rooting through my fingers, index fingers at 12 o'clock. And then nice deep bend in the knees. Sits bones go as high as they can, stretching through the underarms, sort of like our puppy pose. The knees are off the mat this time. Begin to spin your upper arm bones in towards one another. So we kind of tend to do this like rounding hunch thing. Think about drawing your biceps towards your ears and then lengthening through your spine. Really pressing through your index finger, thumb, every knuckle in your hand. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, let's take a little stroll to the top of our mats. Arriving in forward fold. You can start with a nice deep bend. Let's take a ragdoll to start. So grabbing for opposite elbows. Do a little sway side to side, just beginning to wake up the hamstrings. Take as much of a bend in the knees as you like. Release the fingertips to the mat. Inhale, come up part way, halfway. Lengthen through the spine. Crown of the head is long, flat back. Exhale, fold it back in, Uttanasana. Grounding down through both feet. Inhale, rise all the way up, high mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do just a few rounds of sun salutations. Little gentle sun salutations today. Inhale, arms lift overhead. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift. Exhale, fold, plant your palms, make your way back to high plank. And we're going to flow through the beginning of these with the knees, chest, chin version in this sort of caterpillar shape. So inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Stay with hips lifted for just a breath. And then exhale, lower down, toes untucked. Let's do a little shoulder opening here before we get too far into our sun salutes. Fingertips plant, elbows towards the sky. Inhale, lift up to a low cobra, broadening through your chest. Exhale, lower your right shoulder to the midline. Gaze comes over the left. Inhale back through center. Exhale, gaze comes over to the right, left shoulder lowers. Let's take that one more time. Inhale, center. Maybe lifting a little higher, strengthening through the core. Exhale, right shoulder lowers, gaze over left. Inhale, center. Lift the heart. Exhale, left shoulder lowers, gaze over the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lower down onto your belly. Release your hands. And take another shoulder upward before we really start flowing. So you're going to draw your right arm, and I'll show you with my left just to show you, but bending your elbow about 90 degrees. Shoulder and elbow are in line. And then let's walk your right hand out slightly to the right. So it's sort of this, I don't know, slightly angled space. Then you're going to begin to press up onto your left fingertips, roll onto your right side. Begin to open through your shoulder. This can be a lot. So please take it gentle. If it's too much, you can walk your right hand further out to the right. If you want a little more intensity, make it a 90-degree bend in your elbow. And then press into your left fingertips. Maybe your left foot comes behind. It does not have to. Breathe for just a few rounds. Really nice stretch through the front of the shoulders. We always forget this part of our body. I know I do. And it's always tight, especially if you work at a computer all day. And then roll back onto your belly. Switch it out. Left arm bends. Begin to roll onto your left side. Right fingertips into the ground. And maybe your right toes come behind you. And one side probably feels quite different than the other, so just be mindful. They don't need to be the same. One more breath. Inhale, roll back through to center. Press palms into the mat. Come up through table. Tuck your toes. Send your hips to your heels. Do this modified child pose long through your underarms. Plant your palms. Send your hips high to the sky. Down dog. If you'd like to take a few bends in your knee, pedaling out, gazing under your armpit, just wake up your hamstrings however you like. And come back through center as you're ready. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. Uttanasana as you arrive. Inhale, rise. Arms come overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the fingertips. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, plant your palms, step back to high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Coming to our 8-limb pose. Lower all the way down, untuck toes. Inhale, up to cobra. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes, hips to heels. Child's pose. Send your hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, walk, step, hop. Top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, rise, high mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take one more round of sun salutation. Inhale, arms lift. Maybe baby back bend this time. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, palms plant, high plank. This time, if you'd like to take chaturanga, we'll flow through. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower, elbows at a 90-degree bend, chaturanga, elbows straight back. Flip toes around. Inhale, press up to cobra or up dog if you want to lift your knees off the mat, getting really strong. Exhale, hips go high this time. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, bend through your right knee. Roll your hip open. Maybe gaze under your right armpit for a moment and then draw your shoulders back to square. Notice how that feels slightly different. Stretching some different muscles. Inhale, right leg back to 3-legged dog. Exhale, draw your right knee through towards your nose and then all the way up through your hands, making it there as best you can. Look up for just a moment, low lunge. Exhale, lower your back knee down. Press on up to Anjaneyasana. And I always like to start with my palms on my thigh. Just opening through the left hip flexor, keeping back toes tucked this round. We're going to need that little extra support and stability. As you're ready, inhale, arms lift overhead. Gaze lift slightly. Exhale, sink it a little deeper. Keep drawing your right hip back. Strong through your core to protect your low back. Come up slightly, and we're going to take a twist to your right. So right hand comes to your left thigh, left fingertips really long. So it's sort of a twist and a crescent all at once. Inhale, come back through center, arms overhead. Exhale, palms plant. Untuck, lift your back knee. Don't untuck your toes. Gaze forward, runner's lunge. Press your left hip down. Moving into tiger stretch. If you have blocks or something nearby, you can grab them. Place them outside your front foot, and we're going to just begin to straighten our right leg. If you don't have blocks, you can keep a little bend in your knee if this is too much, so you don't have to straighten it all the way. We're going to take a few pulses. Inhale, coming to runner's lunge, gaze lifts. Exhale, straighten your front leg, nose towards knee. Inhale, forward, runner's lunge. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Back to runner's lunge, palms plant, step back to high plank. And then we're going to do some scapular push-ups. So if you want to come to your knees for push-ups from your knees, just make sure you still have a long spine. You can also take it stronger from palms. I'll start on my knees for this round. So a scapular push-up is where you kind of feel the release of your shoulder blades. So you're like letting your chest sink for a moment. And then you're going to round and really exaggerate. So it's sort of this cat-cow in a push-up. We're going to do 3 of these. So inhale, lower your chest. Let your shoulder blades draw together. Exhale, press the space between your shoulder blades. Round. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. And then this time, lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck toes. Inhale, press up to cobra or up dog. Exhale, move your way back to down dog, however you like. You can send hips to heels again, or you can flip over your toes, going straight there. And stay for 1 breath. And if you haven't cultivated your Ujjayi breath, I didn't call that out earlier, so please do that now. Constricting the back of your throat on the inhale and exhale. Making that Darth Vader sound. Inhale, left leg lifts high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend through your left knee. Stack your left hip on top of your right. Pause first, look under your left armpit. And then begin to square your shoulders, pressing your left foot towards the sidewall. Inhale, comes back to center, 3-legged dog. Exhale, draw your left knee towards your nose. Look between your hands, step your left foot all the way through. Inhale, press your right hip, gaze forward. Exhale, lower your right knee to the mat. Come on up. Palms press on top of your thigh. And just take a moment here. Strong through your core. Left hip draws back, pressing into your right hip flexor. Inhale, release the arms. Gaze lifts slightly. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, press up. And taking our twist, this time left hand comes to your right thigh. And take that little crescent twist over, kind of drawing your gaze behind you, long through your right body. Inhale, comes back through center. Exhale, sinks a little deeper into your lunge. Releasing your fingertips down, plant your palms, lift your right knee, moving into our tiger stretch. If you need your blocks, grab those. Begin to straighten through your front leg. Exhale, bend your left knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. These nice little pulses. It helps open up the body. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Let's just hold this last one. Just taking a moment in the stretch. Letting it feel pretty good this morning. Then back through your left knee, palms plant, make your way back to high plank, taking 3 rounds of our scapular push-ups. So from knees or from toes. I'll do toes this time. So inhale, lower your chest, let your shoulder blades draw together. Exhale, round the spine. Really strong through the core here. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. Palms into the mat. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. And now take your vinyasa however you like. I always like to give you options because sometimes you're like, oh, this feels great. I'm going to make it really strong. Sometimes you're like, no, this is not happening today. Never any judgment. Just being present, letting go of what you think your practice should look like. And round a breath in down dog. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale, release. Taking this a little faster. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bend through your right knee. Roll your hip open. Inhale, back through center, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to nose, step it all the way through. Low lunge. Drop your back knee down. Inhale, rise all the way up this time on Vinyasa. Exhale, begin to take the twist. Right hand comes to the thigh, crescent through the left side of your body. Inhale through to center. Exhale, palms plant, back knee lifts. Runner's lunge. Straighten through your front leg, tiger stretch. Taking our pulses, inhale, bend through the knee. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. One more. Inhale, bend through your front knee, palms plant, step back to high plank, 3 scapular push-ups. Lower down. Exhale, press and round. Really strong in your core here. We're getting our core work in with everything else. One more. Take your vinyasa and lower all the way down to the belly if you like. Cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts high. Exhale, bend through your left knee, roll your hip open. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, knee to nose, draw it all the way through. Runner's lunge. Look up. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, rise, Anjaneyasana. Ooh, losing my balance. Exhale, begin to take our twist to the left. Crescent through the right side of your body. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, palms lower. Lift your back knee, high plank. 3 scapular push-ups. Inhale, shift forward. And then exhale, lower the chest. Press and round. Inhale, lowers. Exhale, round. One more. We're getting so strong today. And then take your vinyasa, lowering all the way down. Untuck toes. Inhale, press up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Sigh it out. Inhale deeply through your nose. Exhale, release. Gaze forward, bend through both knees. We're going to hop up to Malasana, so letting your feet come to the outside of your hands. I'll turn around here to face you guys. Sink your hips down, press palms together. Long in your spine. Using your elbows to press into your knees. Nice deep breaths. Take a nice little hip opener. Let your hands plant, straighten through your legs. Walk your feet hip width distance apart, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, high mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release your fingertips down. Coming to Tadasana, maybe drawing your eyes closed for a moment. Noticing how you feel, maybe a little more vibrant in your body. Sigh it out. Begin to let your breath come back to its natural state. And coming back to your intention. What is it that maybe you can let go of? Finding presence in each moment. Inhale deeply through your nose. Exhale, release. All right, now this thought of letting go, I'm inviting you to do your pose of choice. So maybe a pose that you're not the best at, or that maybe you're a little uncomfortable with. So before we wrap up our practice, I want you to think of letting go of the outcome and just experimenting in the pose. So whatever it is that you're working on, I invite you to go there now. If you're really not sure, maybe just pick a pose you don't like. Maybe down dog isn't your thing. Maybe go there, but your choice. Or if there's one you really love, like I'm gonna tell Lisa, I know she loves tree pose. So maybe come to tree, if that's something you really like. I'm gonna take hand to big toe pose. This is not my favorite. So make sure you allow enough time for each side. Maybe you're working on a headstand and you want to slide over to the wall. Breathe into it wherever you're at. And if you're taking two sides, release. Come to the other side. Find your drishti, whatever you're doing. Use your breath to soften. Let your face relax in the pose. It's amazing how much when we soften our eyes, soften our gaze. This pose does not need to look great today. I know it doesn't look great for me, but that's okay. We just woke up. We're not quite through our day yet. Release. Come on down wherever you're at. Let's take a quick child's pose. Just resetting the breath. Press on up. And before we end practice today, let's do just a simple twist. The legs come out in front of you, moving flesh out from under the seat. Left foot steps over your right knee. Right hand comes behind. Press down through your right hand. Inhale, left arm lifts. And I'm doing this opposite. Sorry, left hand comes behind, your right arm comes up. And then take your twist to the left. Hooking your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Arm can be straight. And as you inhale, come out of the twist slightly. Exhale, twist a little deeper. If you just ate, be gentle here. And release, coming back through center. Straighten both legs, and then take right foot over left leg. Now right hand comes behind. Left arm lifts. Begin to take the twist to your right, hooking your left elbow. Rooting down through your right hand. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, ground down. Exhale, on the exhale, twist a little deeper. Let your gaze soften. And slowly release, come back through center. And lower down onto your back for just 1 minute of Shavasana. And making your way there. If Shavasana is not your thing today and you just want to come to seated, you can do that. But I'll give you just a minute to relax and release and enjoy all the benefits of your practice. And as you make your way into Shavasana, begin to let your forehead relax and release. Your jaw unhinges and tongue rests easy in the mouth. Just notice all the prana or energy flowing through your body. Feeling it flow from the crown of your head down through the soles of your feet. And back up from the soles of your feet through the crown of your head. The whole body is vital and alive with energy and breath. Back to your intention, drawing into your mind's eye something that you're working on releasing. Inhale deeply through your nose, the back of your ribs press into the mat, front of your ribs expand. Exhale, side out. Really sighing it out, letting all the air release. And again, inhale deeply. Exhale, release. You're welcome to stay here as long as you like today. Or if you're ready to end your practice, we are just past 8:30. Gently begin to make your way to seated. Taking your time. And when you've arrived in your seated position, release the fingertips to the mat. Inhale, arms lift overhead. Exhale, draw hands down through the center line, resting at your heart center, bowing chin slightly towards the chest. Let's end with a moment of gratitude, thanking yourself for showing up on your mat today. I thank you for showing up in your mat with me, coming together in this wonderful community. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free from all suffering, may you be at peace. Drawing our thumb knuckles to the third eye, center of our forehead. Together we bow and say namaste. Namaste, yogis. All right, well, thank you everyone for joining me today. I know we're just a couple minutes over, not too bad. Please like, share the video, tell your friends if they'd like to try it out. You know, we'll be here every Wednesdays at 8 a.m. I think this is a good time. If something isn't working, then we'll readjust the time slot. But of course, it's up on replay. If you have any comments or feedback, please drop it in the comments. And it's been amazing. Thank you guys for joining me. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye, everybody. Namaste.